What's good, fam? Man, it's finally great. Man, I'm back in this thing and I'm loving it. First off, how about them Cowboys? Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. Hey, y'all mess with me when they play bad, so you definitely gonna get it when they play good. How about them Cowboys? My day already going good. My weekend's been, but y'all know your boy. Every day is a blessing and amazing to me, so I'm already good. But hey, my team squeaked out this weekend, especially my Longhorns. We squeaked by. We shouldn't have had the problems we had, but especially after what we did last week to Oklahoma. But it's funny how that works out and what we're going to talk about today when you get sidetracked by things like Oklahoma played great, then we played this weekend. Like, why are we struggling with Kentucky? Anyway, whatever. But then we won, the Cowboys won today. I'm good with that. But it also oh man, I've been telling y'all all week. I was like, hey, I was gone for 2 weeks, disappeared, trying to do some stuff. And that's what we're gonna talk about tonight, because you gotta stick to the strategy, you gotta stick to the plan. And man, I'm an advocate. I'm gonna give you my basically my ABCs. Basically, if you make a plan A keeps you going ahead. Plan B makes you look backwards. And plan C can cause all types of confusion because it's going to make you mess up on plan A and plan B. So I like to stick to one plan A, because I like to keep moving ahead. And the reason I say that, because stuff happens, you diverting the plan, things happen that can make the plan better. Things happen along the way that you like, that ain't good for the plan. So you drop it out the plan. Either way it go. Kind of like we talked about in past lives, say a builder with a blueprint. You might have a good idea at first, and then when you get to putting stuff down, like this foundation ain't right, or we got to change the angle on this. Plans have changes. And I've been telling y'all all week, especially in the last couple of videos, we're going to talk about it because your boy got sidetracked. I've been saying it before. You had me going somewhere and squirrel in a minute. And that's what I did. And oh my goodness. It just makes me think about all the different mentors, the grandma, my daddy, my mama, even the wife, like just things I've been said or been told over the years. And it's like, boy, you almost got it away again. I'll break it down. So we talked about it in one video, your purpose over your pride. That was the most recent one. And then a video before that is, do you really have to do it all? And those titles of those videos was a little bit of personal development and professional development, because that's one of my specialties, personal and professional development. Just call me the developmentor. You get what I'm saying. And so let's break those two videos down for what happened the past 2 weeks. So I had I got amazing people in my life. One of them was my mentor that was overseas. While we was overseas, we used to come up with all types of plans, things we wanted to do, because we had a clear mind overseas. I hate to explain it to you like this, but something about when you live outside of America, you get a different perspective of thinking versus when you're in it. And I'll give you an example. Like over there, we were thinking, we were building, but something about America, when I come in America, live in America, don't get me wrong, nothing I'm saying is bad about America. I love America. I love being from Texas. I'm a Texas boy. But it gets you in this gotta go get it mode, that grind mode. And a person like me, who's my purpose, the gifts I have, we ain't going in all that tonight. But the purpose of what I have for my life is to help people, using my gifts to help people. That's what all gifts are for at the bitter end of it. But I sometimes deep dive in mine, and I see an opportunity, and if it can help somebody else, I pounce on it. That's why we got this channel started. I was doing something. My wife knows who I am, so she's like, we need to put the camera out because you can help people with this, whether it been gig apps to cargo, van, all that stuff. I had a mentor, and that mentor is out of Germany, but he came back to the States and he found I want to say lucrative opportunity, lucrative for everybody. And the reason I say that, because we're going to get into this next year when I talked about the other parts of the business, whether it been like building trust funds, how to set up your business. So if you got health and medical insurance, well, he found something and it was basically insurance. And I was like, I'm one of those, if I can learn something about it, I got degrees and certifications I probably have never used, but I took the information I won't use to get a job. Let's say that. but I took the information to use to help others. And he said the insurance. I'm like, I started moving. I'm like, I want to learn about that because I know how my policies for my family is set up and all the different forms of insurance that we have, whether it be life insurance, health insurance, index funds, all that stuff. And so I want to learn about this. So in them 2 weeks, I started learning about it, going to different meetings with different people. They were teaching me different things. I was learning different things. And I was like, I needed to know this. But then one thing caught me. When they said other streams of income, and I immediately thought about y'all. Because the fam, as we talked about, we over 5,000 now. We growing, fam. We growing. Hey, we getting big over here. And I love it. And some of our fam, as I talk to and we do one-on-ones and all that stuff, we have it set up over here where somebody's normally driving the van and that other spouse is either got a job. This is the ones I've talked to. Obviously, it doesn't apply to everybody. Got jobs they don't like and they're using the van or transportation, box truck, anything to start changing their life trajectory to set their family up. And then they have those stay-at-home parents because believe it or not, we got a lot of men and women in vans and the spouses stay at home because, hey, let's be honest, things in the world are high right now. Daycare, all that kind of stuff. So it's more beneficial for some parents to stay at home, some to go to work. It's all types of things. But from the ones I talked to, they were looking for the avenues. And I'm one of those, I believe you should have multiple streams of income. But my thought on that is they should all kind of line up together. I'll break that down in another live. But just to give you an example, like you say you're a stream of income, say you do hair, and out the blue, you say I have another stream of income, and they say, hey, what's your other stream of income? And they say lawn care. And it's like, how you do hair, but then you get what I'm saying? I feel like they kind of go hand in hand. And so I was like, hey, this is a way to help the fam, because if I learn about it and I explain it, I know some people, because it started in Houston. I know some people. I can let y'all meet them and see if y'all like it. If y'all like it. And this is how big it was for me in my mind. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy. Because it was like $199, I think it was, to get the license for the insurance license. It ain't happening, so I'm gonna tell you the plan. I had started listening and understanding the information so much, and I'm like, this is easy. Anybody can do it. I had already talked to the wife, my homeboy, just different people. I was like, I'm even gonna reach out to some of the fam if they want to do it. I'll pay for a couple of people to get the $199 license. Because I want to see people win. Like, that's what I was at that moment. Now, one key thing about this for me, I ran off with this idea and I never sat down and prayed about it. Not once. Didn't even think about it. And that's not like me. And that's how, along the lines, I'm like, something don't feel right. It was just something inside. And that one thing, because I didn't talk to the big guy. I didn't holler at him to see if this was even aligned with what we were supposed to be doing over here. And so I talked to him about it and I was like, yeah, this ain't right. This ain't what we're supposed to be doing. And it was little stuff that they started saying in the meetings and stuff. And I agree with it. It was all good, but it just wasn't aligning with the strategy, the purpose that was given to me. That works for somebody else. It just wasn't for me because that's not what I was told to do. So I prayed about it, talked about it. But the kicker was when I mentioned it to my wife. That's why you got to have a support system. We talk about all this stuff. And she basically said, for lack of a better word, I've just been watching you the past 2 weeks. I was wondering when you was going to snap out of it. Because she knows me. She knows me. If something ain't right, I'm eventually going to pull myself out of it. I'm that type of person. Like, you don't necessarily have to come get me. I can witness stuff in my mind and get the click, and I'm like, this ain't right. So I pulled myself out of it. And that's when I started thinking about it wasn't necessarily of what I was about to do. It was another, because I believe, I tell y'all, I'm your test dummy. I believe that God uses certain people to show you certain things, to bring new insights to your life. And I just think this was another lesson that I was able to bring and talk to y'all about because of the simple fact. I picked up a lot of lessons out of this, those 2 weeks. They were all good because I don't believe lessons are losses. I don't believe all L's are losses. I believe L's are lessons. So I took those lessons, took it on the chin, and it made me come back with a new thought process for something else to add to my toolbox. That's what we say in the military. When you add more knowledge or more skill sets or anything, you just add it to your toolbox. Because when you get that toolbox, it's time to get to work and get to building. And I added something, and we back to work and building. And that's why I told you about the last 2 videos. We're going to dive a little deeper in those because I don't want y'all to get sidetracked on the strategy that we've been putting out there and the one y'all been making for y'all family. I don't want none of us to get sidetracked like I was. So we're going to, those last two videos, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into those titles and expound on that. But before I do that, I see the fam in here talking. Let me holler at y'all right quick because I know y'all in here. What's up, Frank? What's going on, fam? Man, you're right, Cole. It's good to be back, fam. It's good to be back. I hope everything been working out, fam. Hey, I'm still waiting. We got to talk. I need some pictures, fam. I need some pictures. Oh, man, the Quicks is in the building. Yeah, y'all go on here with your Kansas City Chiefs. I'll let y'all make it. Y'all played great today. I can't even be mad about it. Nelson, what's good, fam? Nelson in the building. Man, when I lived in England, I drank. I don't drink now before. Hey, shh. I drank over there too. I didn't say everything was. Hey, y'all might be. I told y'all before. Is still working on me. Your boy BG has a good time too from time to time. So don't think you by yourself, fam. Don't think you by yourself. What's up, Chris? I ain't heard from you in a minute, fam. What's good? Welcome back. Hey, we gonna see. It might not be a sermon. It might be Wednesday night service. Let me stop playing with y'all, man. Ooh, steady grinding in the building. I'm still here. I know you still here. I see you out there get it. I ain't mad at it. We're making changes to the bill to make money locally. We're going to get to that. Oh, man, I saw you pop up. Don't worry. I saw you, and I can't wait. For us to talk. We're going to bring this all full circle. You're right. The CEO gets us in line with every prayer, and that's the problem. I skipped out on the prayer on that. You just had to be in here talking. No, I know you got my back. I just sometimes I be wondering. Not in a bad way. Don't y'all get to thinking like that. Oh, man. She do to get figure it out on your own. Wonderful lady. Yeah, she do. Now, if it get, I ain't gonna make it seem like she live and figure it out. If it get to going left and it just scare her a little too much, oh no, she not gonna sit by. She gonna say something. She gonna say something. And you know we do it over here, fam. We keep it transparent. But let's break down them. I love it. Driving to Kentucky. Who out there? I just talked to somebody. We got some fans. As a matter of fact, did a one-on-one with Kentucky today. They out there in Kentucky. One day if I can get it to the point where we can just all connect. And as you driving through states, your fam is in the state, y'all sit out and have lunch together and bounce ideas off each other. I've been working. I might have told you that I was looking at the one thing, but I've been working. And let's go break it down. Let's break it down these last 2 weeks. Well, not this past week because I got back outside. I went back outside. But then that 2-week period, because we're talking transparency, I was like, I didn't go too deep into it because it's a thing about me right now in my life, the pace I'm at. If something starts to feel like work to me, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So to get this license, I was looking at the material. I didn't deep dive. I looked at it. Hey, whatever. I deep looked at it, and then the day before I look a little deeper, and then I went and took the test. And they was like, hey, man, you just got to take a 70. I like make a 70. I was like, all right, cool. I went and took the test, and I finished. The woman was like, that was fast. And I'm like, either you know it or you don't know it. I'm not finna sit there and get the clicking and guessing and stressing myself out because then it's going to start to feel like work. And so I took the test, and I missed it by 3 points. Got a 67. And I was like, And she gave it to me. I wasn't mad at them because this is all you getting out of me. If it feel like work, I ain't doing it. But as I was walking out that test holding that piece of paper, a wave of emotions came over me. And I'm like, this is the feeling I felt when I used to take those promotion tests in the military. In the military, when it's time for promotion testing for Air Force, you go in there. It's 2 parts to the exam. One is about the Air Force material, like the history of military stuff, all that stuff. And then one portion of the test is about your job. That test was kind of set up in 2 portions too. One was by straight insurance and one was different types and all that stuff, whatever. And so I did what I knew. And I'm not even going to lie. A lot of that stuff I knew just from dealing with my own personal policies for the family, talking to different mentors over the years. But the material, I wasn't going too deep in it because it felt like work. And after I took it and that wave of emotions came over, and I, got outside talking to different people, called a mentor, the person that was putting me on, my brother now, mentor still, but like a brother. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm like, I was thinking about all the stuff that's going to happen. And your boy, that ain't me. That ain't even what my purpose is. I understand how it'll help. And when I say that, because I'm on the fence. Y'all know how I feel about insurance in general. But if I say this type of insurance, I'm on the fence because I know we need it because everybody doesn't come from a background that just has waves of money, trust funds, and all that stuff. For most of us talking, we're the ones that are setting it up for our families for the first time that we know of. Because if you knew about it, you would have already had the trust fund money. So most of us are setting it up for the first time in our lives for our family. And it kind of threw me off because I like it because you got to have some. We understand the world we live in. Your loved ones pass away. It takes money to bury them, money to pay off certain things and to leave your family money. You know what the Bible says. But at the same time, I don't like how they push it to certain groups of people versus others. Like, that's a whole nother story. And so I was like, I can't do this. As I thought about it more and more, I'm like, I can't do this. This doesn't align with the fam that we building over here with cargo vans. And it's taken away from the strategy of what we're trying to do. And as I thought deeper, I remember some stuff my grandma used to tell me, because I've been like this since I was a kid. I used to always try to help everybody. I would go over and beyond, round in circles, out in my way, whatever you want to call it, to help others. And my grandma used to say, baby, she called me Ray. Ray, you don't have to do it all. You can't do it all. You're going to hurt yourself trying to do it all. She had little sayings like that. And that's where that video came from. Do you have to do it all? There'll be cases, y'all know, in business, cargo van, we got to do it all. But if you stick into a strategy, you don't have to do it all. You have support system. We've talked about that. And then that other side of it, this is something I don't know if my mom and daddy made this up together. Or this is something that they just used to always tell me. I don't know where it came from, but they used to both hit me with it. And then, like, my dad would be like, don't let your pride get in the way, son. I'm pretty sure y'all heard that. And then my mama say stuff like, hey, what you're supposed to be doing in life is bigger than you. And so it just came about, don't let your purpose over pride. And so the purpose that we got over here is to build businesses, doing it the ethical way, not trying to get over on people, help people where we can, support each other where we can, stuff like that. And basically sticking to the strategy that we built. I know we all got different strategies. I know we might talk through videos and talk in the comments, talk on lives on the different strategies that we use so that we can help each other, whether it be maintenance breakdowns, what rate you should be getting, what places not to go to, all these different strategies we talk about. But that's building the overall big purpose. And I say that because I'm a person that thinks into the future. Like, if y'all knew, like, right now I'm already in 2035, regardless if God let me be able to see it, which I know he will let me see it. It's so it helps somebody else that better is off than I am. We all gonna get to the top together thing. And so when I say those type of things, I want y'all to take these things into account too. I'm not just talking to be talking. I want y'all, what I'm saying, to put certain times in your life where you went out your way or did something. We hear all the stories like, man, I gave old Jim my last $50. And that dude went over there and bought liquor. He probably was in England. No, let me stop. and you didn't, and now you got to figure out how to scrap to go get yours. Like, we've all done it where we put the needs or wants of others in front of ourselves, and it threw us off our goals and what we tried to do in life. And in some cases, for some people, some of us, it set us back, whether it be a week, a day, 2 weeks in my case, months, years, depending on the type of position you put yourself in to help others. And it takes you away from your static strategy. So now we finna use what I just talked about so far, and we finna get back on our strategy. And it's gonna kind of flip now, because now we finna start talking about this cargo van and the stuff that I've seen the past couple weeks, and we're gonna spin this thing around to get back on this strategy. I got to put this up there because I just saw it pop up. Helping others is a gift. Supporting each other is a giving. And I like you said that, because that's everybody's gift. That's why it's called a gift. A gift is meant for you to give it away. You ain't supposed to keep it to yourself, because then it ain't a good. Now, if you want to hoard all the gifts, then That's your problem. That's what you deal with. But a gift's supposed to be given away. And so let's wrap this back around into how these different issues that can come up. Now, if y'all got issues that y'all come up with, say them in the comments, because I might be talking about insurance, but I know y'all know what I'm talking about. We'll throw them up on the screen as they come up. But say the things that you had done, whether it be now while you've been in business with the cargo van or throughout history of your life, that possibly have thrown you off. Because the reason I like to do that is because it helps show other people that you're not alone. Because that's one thing we do in this world today. We make it feels like you're by yourself when you go through stuff, deal with stuff. And the thing my mama and them always tell me, yeah, everybody not been through it. Everybody under the sun that went through, you went through. They not made it through, you can too. So let's flip this back around to the cargo van and different strategies. So purpose over pride. Now, y'all know I'm a foodie. Y'all know this. And there's been times, I'm not even gonna lie, I've taken loads just to go get certain food. It's been times, because you know me, I'm a storm runner, not a storm chaser. And purpose over pride. There's times where it's like, it's raining over there, I'm not even going. I've turned down loads going places because of bad weather. I'm using all these in context. Now, it's times like y'all know your boy. I'm not going below Orlando and Tampa in Florida. It's my pride. I just can't do it because I'm going to get down there and ain't going to find nothing out. But at the same time, that's that in-tuneness I would like to tell you about, because there's been times, and y'all have seen it, where I'm like, I wouldn't go there. I'm not going there. And I went anyway. Purpose. And people be like, man, BG, I hope you can get up out of there. You going to the wrong place. And I'm thinking in my head, I know it. It feel wrong, but I'm being told to go there. And what me and you thinking don't matter. I'm being told to go there. And then when you get out of there, BG, you got up out of there. Yeah, because that's where I was supposed to be. That's where I was supposed to be. It's crazy how that works. Because y'all sometimes, I know y'all be thinking I'm crazy, because y'all be like, how you just moving around? That's where I was supposed to be. Y'all have heard the times where we played a game and all the winners basically said, hey, pay it forward. So I normally don't tell people when I'm helping others, because that's not the purpose of helping them, in my opinion. But I told it because they said pay it forward. So I wanted to use an example. So it was certain times. One time, this was before we said we sticking to the circle. One time I was out in California. I told these stories, but now we're finna bring all three of them together so that you'll understand sticking to the strategy and the purpose over pride, and you don't have to do it all. One, the young lady, we were in I had got to a hotel. I was waiting to drop off the next day. I came downstairs. I heard on the phone trying to order food. I didn't pay no attention, but I could hear the desperation. You know, people, you can hear the desperation. And she was trying to figure it out. But at the same time I was passing her by, I saw her trying to count her money while she was on the phone. Didn't say nothing. Went outside to the van, came back in, and on my way back in, she was at the desk asking the young individual how to cash in money to wash clothes for her and her kids. I could tell she had kids, but picked by the food she was ordering. And so on the way back up, because she didn't have enough money to get have enough money to get the money to wash clothes and the food. And I had, I normally don't carry money, but when I'm on the road, I do, because I just like to have it. Daddy teaching me old things. So I was just getting off the elevator. I just happened to be on the elevator with her. That was like, man, that's this who that winner. When we played a game a long time ago, I gave her that $20. I'm like, hey man, here. She was like, no, I can, because she was like, I can cash app you. I just don't have the cash on me, but I can cash it. No, don't worry about it. That's for you. And walked to the room. Had another time, went to a restaurant, saw an individual trying to get some food, but didn't look like they had enough. That was that other time, paid that forward. I think that was Arizona. Yeah, that was Arizona. I think I was in Arizona on that one. But it was just basically saying the times we paid it forward when something happened, because we were helping others that needed help. Now, granted, were there other people around or outside or in the area that needed help? I'm pretty sure there were. But again, you can't do it all. You do your part when it's presented to you, and then you keep going. Because this driving, I'm basically telling you in so many ways, and this ain't telling y'all what to do. But when I'm talking about your blessings, and you'll feel it, you'll know it, that's sticking to the strategy. And this is something I learned in the military from one of my mentors. When you're sticking to the strategy, that don't mean you don't help people along the way. And I see people drive all the time. We see the TikToks. We see all that. I've seen people as simple as recording a truck driver trying to back into a dock. They'll be in a dock and they watching talking noise. They just ain't going to get it. They struggling. You sticking to your strategy because you got your truck back in, you doing what you're supposed to do, but that don't mean that you can't hop out for a second and help that individual, because at some point in time, we all need help. Somebody helped us. We got help. And then that's where you're supposed to come back and help others, because the people get in their mind sticking to the strategy. You hear it. I got it by myself, got it out the mud. Some of us, a bunch of us on this live, all the stuff we talk about in the comments, the stuff we talk about when we live and we're giving each other information and knowledge and stuff, when we do come together and we start getting our information together, we all have a strategy and a goal for what we want to do in this van, this transportation business. But just the conversations we have in lives and in the comments on videos, those little nuggets help us stick to our strategy so we can get to the top. The only thing is, for some reason, we live in a world today that once we get the information, we don't like to share it. That's where y'all come in when y'all been telling me in past lives and all that stuff about scams. I don't go too deep into that because I don't go too deep into that because you can't. It ain't my job to call those people out. That's between them. All I know is what we do over here, fam, and we help each other and we rock with each other, and that's how we all stay on strategy. Now, purpose over pride, that's a different one, because we all have similar gifts. Some have the same gifts, some have different gifts. But either way it goes, we can't let our gifts get in the way of our pride. And I have talked to so many people, especially the one-on-one. I don't know. Let me go back up here. I want to see if you're still in here. You still in this thing, Cole? I don't know if Cole's still in here. But Cole has a unique gift, a gift of sight. He sees stuff, and I'll give an example because we got a couple other ones. Cole can do stuff with a camera that the other person, especially like me. You tell me to do stuff with a camera. Unless it's to press the button, press click, and take the picture, that's about as far as it's gonna go. Taking pictures is not my gift. You don't want me taking your picture. You get a picture of BG, take a picture. You're looking at me right now. You might get the picture back and it look like this, head chopped off. You get the picture back, it might be way over here. You don't want BG taking your picture, but Cole has a gift. Now think about it. We're sticking to the strategy. We're talking about cargo vans. For some people, you'll be like, how is you talking about Cole taking pictures? Cole, I'm going to use you for a second because I want people to understand how gifts and purpose work and sticking to the strategy. Now, when Cole gets out there and gets to running all over the place, he has a gift. Knows that up right on that road. Y'all seen it. Boy, it's some beautiful stuff when you driving around America, these roads from all the different stuff that people never get to see. Cole, I'm giving you a nugget. I kind of mentioned it, but I'm giving you another because remember I told you multiple streams of income and I was talking about insurance. And these are those one-on-one calls that y'all don't know about when we talk about, I tell you, it's not just about cargo vans. It's also about business strategy. It's also about professional and personal development. We come up with all types of stuff. Me and Cole ain't got this far, but I'm finna give the nuggets for a business strategy for Cole on this live so y'all understand, because this is me sticking to my strategy. My strategy is to help over 1 million people identify their gift and use their gift to live within their purpose so that they can live the life that they were meant to live. And it's just so happened to be a cargo van. So Cole, you got the eye for that pitch, and man, you take amazing pictures. And it's funny because we got other fam in here that are photographers as well. The stuff that you're going to see while you're on that road starts a whole new venue for you for us taking pictures and video. Now, what you want to do with it and how you want to do with it to help you along, stick to the strategy, because I'm not saying while you're delivering freight, you just got time to do a bunch. But you have enough time to take those candid shots that everybody else cannot capture, whether it be a video, a picture. And the reason I say that, because there's people around the whole, not just world, but mainly the United States, because that's where you're going to be driving at, that'll never leave their city, never leave their town. There's people that flat out have told me that they watch the videos. I know y'all wonder sometimes, like, BG, why do you put those clips in there of you driving down the highway? And why some people speed it up, or why do we got to watch that? Or I fast forward through that. Believe it or not, I've been a few different people have hit me up and flat out told me, I love those clips because I have one fam, I don't know if they're in here. One fam is bedridden and they don't get to leave their house too much except, appointments and stuff like that. So they get to see the world through the lens of those clips, those 30, 40, 50 second, 2-minute clips of driving down the road. That's why if you ever notice, I get it at night. I like to get it when the sun's rising. I like to get it when the sun's going down. I like to get it going through the curves. I like to get it going through different neighborhoods. I like to get it going through different business districts. I talk about food and show the different food. It ain't just for me. It's people that have never seen this or never understood this. And part of the sticking to my strategy, when you tell me something like that, that's why those clips are there. And Cole, you have an eye for a camera. And when you start uploading your videos, or if you start posting pictures, you're going to start seeing stuff the world that never even seen. Whether you monopolize it and make money off of it, or if you just post it on Instagram or YouTube videos, there are people that have never see what you're going to see. And it sounds crazy. There are people in Texas that have never been to Louisiana. There's people in Kansas that have never been to Missouri. I learned this because when I was overseas, not England, I was stationed in Italy with my family. There are certain parts of southern Italy that generations of parents and grandparents that are Italian that have never been to northern Italy. It sounds crazy when you say it off loud, because your mind will be like, man, that's Italy. I'm finna travel Italy. I'm finna see everything. I lived in Texas all my life, and it wasn't until I got in the military that I saw El Paso, and El Paso is in Texas. There's so many people in the world you'd be surprised at, because everybody's not from Florida. I know from people in Florida, you can go to Disney World, Orlando, all that stuff on a regular basis, but the person that lives in Nebraska probably will never see it. Person living in California will never see it. Person living in North, see what I'm saying, Cole? So I'm talking to you because you have a gift. We all have them. I've talked to other fam. I know some of y'all gifts. I'm not gonna put y'all out there. Cole, I'm borrowing you for right now, but you have a gift that you can put out there. Monopolize it or not. I know some people do, some people don't. It's no pressure either way, but it's still part of the strategy that you have on your life, and you're in the cargo van and you're utilizing it. And some people out, and the reason I say that, because I tell y'all to make videos, I tell y'all to do stuff, but y'all don't have to do what I do. One of my gifts is the gift to talk. I'm a mental person. I'm a mind person. Like, I see and interpret things in ways that people don't. I understand my gifts. And I know how to break it down, flip it around, and express it out to help others understand it as well. So when I'm making videos, it's not just because of what I see, what I do, or who I'm trying to help, but a long part of my strategy is to help provide information and break stuff down that might be confusing to some, maybe not. Help people understand the benefits, because like some people I will break it down and talk to you, but then there's some people I'm not going to argue with, because I used to go back and forth around the circles over and up and beyond for others, but I just can't do that when I'm not reciprocating the same energy. That's why if you say in the comments, is I'm still playing catch up, because boy, y'all been going live. I can't even keep up with y'all no more. We got to figure out another way. I got it, but we're going to talk about that another day. But part of that sticking to the strategy is kind of like the insurance. I got sidetracked. I don't have time to sidetrack myself away from the strategy, trying to, I guess you could say, talk somebody into coming into the cargo van. Either you know it's going to make money, either your overhead is high or it's low, or however you want to look at it, it's going to help you one way or the other. But that all sticks to your strategy, not my strategy, not another person's strategy, because when I'm learning it from some of the questions I have answered, y'all are trying to drive off of my strategy, and my strategy doesn't work for everybody. It works for some. Like if you're in Texas, the strategy we got for the triangle, it's going to run all day long. But then we got fam. I talked to somebody today, one-on-one. I don't know if they're in here. They live in Kentucky. That's why I said I wasn't going to call them out. If they want to mention it, they will. They're in Kentucky. And I don't know how, when I say the circle, remember I tell you, I try to put the implementation of a strategy of Mr. Go Get It, night drive, and I'm going to go get it. Y'all seen it. I've been to Laredo and got loads. I drove up to Oklahoma and got loads. Like within that tank of gas, I can go get a load. Well, remember I told you, Memphis is in the middle of that circle right there with Kentucky and all that. That's all in the middle. Part of their strategy is going to be different than the triangle for me. Because for me to get to Dallas is like 200 some miles, low 200. Same with everything is roughly low 200s or under 200. Like it's like 187 to get to Austin, 202 to get to San Antonio, like 213 or something to get to Dallas. That's my triangle. I can get in all that in the two. But somebody that lives in Kentucky, your strategy looks different. Like 270 miles get you to Ohio, 268, something like that, gets you to Chicago from Kentucky. You can get down to Mobile, Alabama for about 250. See what I'm saying? Your strategy is going to look different. You're already in the circle. But along the side, explaining all that about sticking to the strategy and not sidetracking is because that's why we talk about the circle and the triangle. Don't let something that's not aligned with your gifts sidetrack you from the strategy you made to obtain what you need to in the cargo van game. Because some people, the cargo van is something that they want to make their own. That's what they want to do. Ride it out, self-employed the rest of their life till they ready to retire. Are they going to build a business and hand it off, bring in family members and friends? It's different for everybody. And some people, believe it or not, is using a cargo van as their side hustle because it's helping build their dream. None of this is wrong. Nothing you decide to do is wrong. It's how are you going to use this cargo van for your strategy? Matter of fact, I want y'all to tell me that in the comments. Is this cargo van part of your strategy to like move on to something else and you're using the finances for it? Or are you sticking to this strategy because you want to build this thing beyond the cargo van? There's multiple different, no answers wrong. No answers wrong. What's that you said over there? I see y'all over here talking. Amen to the bishop. I see an exhibit in Cole's future. Cole, you better watch out over here, fam. You know how we get down. You've been here long enough. We put stuff out there. What you say, Cole? Glad to hear you bring this up. Fully tracking with you and have been thinking about and praying about something similar to what you're describing. Excited to dive into this more with you. I'm ready for you, Cole. We gonna dive into it. But no, man, tell me what y'all got. I ain't gonna, because this is for us. This is the fam. We over here talking up in the comments. I know we talk about sticking to the strategy, but what are things that y'all are going to that might can possibly throw you off your strategies? Things that you need help with your strategy to improve your strategy, develop a strategy. Like, yeah, I'm gonna answer the question. I know a lot of it we talk about in one-on-ones, but for the other ones, we can break down some of this. What you say, Anthony? Antonio says, do dispatchers have the authority to force you to do runs? No, they don't. That's why I like this business, Antonio. Nobody can force you to do anything. I'm gonna give you an example. You know how we talk about you get somewhere and say you're waiting on some freight. Tell let's say, because brokers sometimes miscommunication. Say you got a pickup time of 8 o'clock and you get to that location, whether it's a dispatcher, broker, even brokers, and you get there and they're like, oh, no, we told the broker this stuff wasn't going to be ready till 1 o'clock. They like, that's not what the broker said. And you get the broker on the line like they saying this. No. Then they be like, no, just stay there. Because people, believe it or not, there are some good people in the world, but just because it's good people, there are bad people too. That doesn't, when we talk about detention on the back end, when I got the load and I got to wait to get it out there, that's a different thing. I'm not mandatory for detention on the front end. If it's not ready when I get there, because you told me this was going to be ready, if I want to wait, I can, and I can charge you detention. I'm not obligated to stay and do nothing for anything or anywhere. Like, if you don't want to be in, that's like saying somebody, I don't know if you've seen TikToks or something like that, a driver will be driving and they pull off to a gas station because it's thundering, lightning, raining, pouring down cats and dogs. And people be like, they crack jokes like the broker think this going to be on time, and it ain't. That's no different than telling me you're going to make me do a load. It's no different than telling me I got to drive through bad weather to meet a time. If I don't feel safe, I don't feel safe. Nobody can make you do anything. At the most, they can just take the load off of you. I know they got carrier 411. I know they got all that stuff, and they can write certain things down. It's nothing you can do. You can do perfect, and they can still write stuff down. But no, you don't have to be forced to do anything or be unsafe, especially the unsafe part. If you don't feel safe, stop. Whether you're tired, sleepy, road condition, you're not forced to do nothing in this game. That's why I like about this game. Because remember, I told you, if anything feels like work to me, I'm not doing it. So even though I do take time off, not the past 2 weeks, those 2 weeks I didn't have scheduled for my time off. That just happened. But when I take time off, family time, and I don't want to go outside, that's because I don't want to. Nobody can force me. Now, when I want to get up and go out again, now, granted, I know we live within bills, and people got to make their money and do what they got to do. I just don't want you to make money so much the forefront of anything that you put yourself in bad situations or unfavorable situations, unsafe situations, because you're trying to chase the dollar, because the dollar does no good if you're not here to help your family spend it, or if they got to spend it on you because you're no longer with us. So no, nobody can make you do anything, Antonio. Do what you feel is best. You'll know you're not forced to do no wrongs. Oh, Nelson, you answered it. No one can force you to do anything, but man, if it's wrong for you, say no. The quick say, building towards running all things cargo van for the fam. So that's a good one. So the reason I say that, because you've heard people, we've seen people, we've talked about people that have jumped in this game and they like, I got a fleet, and they just were spending money buying a fleet, and that might be their goal. I'm not knocking nobody that's to go. I'm talking about people that get ahead of themselves. We've heard the saying, putting the cart in front of the horse. And it's learning with anything. And if you get ahead of yourself, that's the thing. Because remember, I told you before, purpose before pride. Pride doesn't always mean a negative thing. Pride can also be a positive thing, like building, like as the quick says, building towards all things cargo, van for the fam. You can get ahead of yourself in that as well, because you're pride and buy too many vans when you're not ready. We all learning. I'm not knocking nobody's learning curve. Everybody learns a certain thing. That's why you say you got to stick to the strategy. So I'm using what the quick said about building something for the fam as a business topic to let you understand how this works. So normally in business, they got this thing, it's called scaling. In business, they call it scale. You don't want to scale at the wrong time, and you don't want to scale too quickly, depending on the industry you're in. So we'll just use this industry for example. If you come in the gate and your MC is not matured, you're not this and that, and you try to scale thinking you're finna build something, especially in the cargo van, and you haven't even built the MC, you can scale too fast, and now you're gonna have a bunch of vans sitting still because you can't get as many loads as fast because your MC is not mature and everybody's not gonna work with you. You can scale too fast and get ahead of your drivers, because just because you understand something doesn't mean your drivers understand it. Did you take, because everybody's training is different. Do you have I say a training program because, believe it or not, just giving somebody, it might seem easy, and I might crack jokes about it so easy a caveman can do it. Geico, if y'all want to sponsor, I'll let your boy talk about insurance. But no, so say you want to scale, but the person that you put in there isn't a person that's adapted or equipped to do all the type of driving that's necessary. Because remember, our driving isn't set on hours, depending on if you're running local, regional, or OTR. Sometimes you might be driving night. Sometimes you try to drive through the day. Sometimes it's a mixture of both, but sometimes it's dropping freight off at night. Sometimes it's early morning rides freight. Did you do that training to understand who the individual that you're working with before you start scaling to this mass level of running multiple things? See what I'm saying? That's why it's called stick to the strategy. So, which I'm not going to dive into it. I'm going to just give you a snippet. So if you're trying to build a strategy to have multiple cargo vans or multiple anything, it'll be box trucks, 18-wheeler. It's certain things you got to have in place. You can have a driver that's 1099, but if you're trying to build it the right way and not be screwed up in the end, like you can have people come in and out as your 1099 driver, but I'm the type of person I believe in building a family, a person that's loyal to the business, because if it's my business, my family's business, I want them to be a part of this thing as well. Because remember, everybody's not entrepreneurs. Some people are workers and they're great workers. That just because you don't want to be an entrepreneur don't mean you should be screwed over. And so I want to have stuff, me personally, this is me, everybody do what you want to. I want to have stuff in perfect place. I want to make sure you can be able to get health insurance and dental insurance and regular insurance and have insurance for your family. Even if you are 1099, I want to be able to help teach you those policies and those different things so you can benefit you, your family, if you have one. Those things that teach you about the different insurance you can have, even if you're 1099 or if it's a company I built that they're employees under the company and they're not 1099. I want to be able to help you match retirement fund. You know what I'm saying? I want to build stuff like that. But the most key part of that, that's the back end stuff that you would have to have up front before you would think about scaling. But do I have training programs? Do I have safety programs? I know everybody don't like to hear this type of stuff, but that's part of business. It's a reason that stuff was developed. Like the person that had to make the first stop sign was for a reason. It must have been a bunch of wrecks in a location. So they had to put a stop sign in the ground and say, stop, let somebody else go. Like it's a reason all this stuff is in place. And we get in the front of ourselves and we skip steps because of that, those certain type of things. So that's why you have to have a strategy and stick with it. So when you're talking about building a cargo van and making multiple cargo vans, what type of drivers are you looking for? Do you have routes set up? Have you built dedicated lanes, or do you have brokers that work with you, or do you have some strong people that know how to get loads for you and you run it off of boards? I don't know if I would build a whole entire fleet off of just running boards. That's just me. I would have to have some direct connects or some direct shippers that do stuff on a regular basis, because it wouldn't be smart to just do it off of boards. But those are the things you have to consider when you're talking about building a whole thing. But you can, again, let your purpose over pride. If your purpose is to build out a whole thing, then you need to have steps and strategies instead of just letting your pride get in the way so you can say, I got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vans, but you don't have none of the steps in place to make the strategy work. That's why you got to stick to the strategy. Let's see. Cole, after completing this road to 100K, in what way do you think your business strategy will shift? So I should have left that up there for a second. After completing the road to 100K, in what way do you think your business strategy will shift? So Cole, for me, I'm not even going to lie to y'all. The business strategy won't shift. I actually have the business strategy mapped out for the, because by the time this end, year one to be over with, we've already been driving and doing loads for over a year. But at the beginning of the last year, when I was doing it last year, that was me understanding. I didn't build it all the way out. I knew what it would kind of look like, but you can't build a strategy if you don't know nothing, if that makes sense. Like, I can't say I want to open a restaurant and I'm going to open a restaurant and it's going to be successful out the gate unless I get my feet right. Did I work for somebody? Am I doing it on my own? So no, that last year, that was me learning and passing on what I learned. And then I was able to build a strategy off of stuff that I know, that I've learned during last year, and then I tweak it as I go. So no, the strategy for the business is already built out. It's just I'm giving it to the I should say journey, because this is a journey for me. It's built out all the way. It's built out all the way until I'm getting out the van to where I'm not going to be driving no more. It's built me driving, other people helping me all the way till I'm out the van. Y'all just don't know about it yet because I'm giving it to you in pieces. Because if I sat down on a live or a video and laid out an entire strategy and I talked to y'all for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours and read off a piece of paper, PowerPoint on slides, it's going to start going over your head. You're going to get the glossy eye from staring at the screen. You're going to miss certain information. You're going to not be able to ask questions for me to elaborate on that particular question. So if I did that, it would, because I know when I learned it, I'm thinking about the stuff I learned from the different certification degrees, mentorship, the stuff I learned through my 20 years in military, somebody would have threw all that at me at once. I would have messed that all up. So I'm giving it in pieces and sections as we go so that it can make the whole formula plan. So like, for example, if I gave, because that was Cole that asked the question, Cole, if I sat down and gave you the whole blueprint that's in my head, because I don't take pictures, you see what I'm saying? If I gave you the whole blueprint of what I just thought in my head and gave it to you in a folder and say, hey, this will start you a business and run with it, because believe it or not, after we talked and I already knew you did this, I've seen stuff through my drives. I basically have a whole blueprint in my head of how to make a photography business work driving a van. I've made it in my head. And I can sit down and type that out and give it out a whole formula. And some of that stuff that I put in there go over your head, so that because you haven't got there yet, or nobody's taught you like nobody taught me. And so I know it won't shift. The strategy won't shift. I've told y'all sort of like I've already have certain things in place, but it's just how I'm going to teach and share and explain my journey of what I know and how I'm doing it to everybody else. Starting next, that's why I said I'm gonna we laid out what about 2 lives ago or something like that, what we're gonna talk about next year, and then at the end of this year we're gonna talk about it and build it out, and so you're almost gonna know what each live is gonna be about. And then we're gonna sprinkle the videos, because I learned, y'all taught me something, because we'll go through a live and I've seen questions that y'all asked during the videos, and so the way it's gonna be done, the format I'm gonna lay it out in, I kind of I use it as an example. I've been testing it, the theory, this past week, for example. We're going to talk about something in the live, and then throughout the loads that I do throughout the week, I'm going to nail home the facts that we talked about during the live throughout the loads during the week. So you'll see a live. I'm going to nail home certain facts about that live so it'll stick, and you can make notes and ask questions throughout the live or throughout the video so that it play out. I already know how that's going to work, but the strategy and everything is already in place. It's already there. It's just I have to share with y'all in the order it goes. And sometimes, like I said, it's a strategy. We're going to get sidetracked. Something going to happen, squirrel. You know your boy. And we'll start talking about something else. But if you notice in the videos lately, because I wanted to identify the differences, at the end, I put my wife will put the / cargo van business. And if you notice the last couple of videos, it'll say / personal development / professional development. The reason we're going to start doing that is I want you to understand the difference between, because the personal and professional development goes together with growth in your strategy. If you have a strategy for anything in life, if you don't have anything that teach you personal development or professional development along the way, your strategy is going to fail. I'll give you an example. Think about somebody, you've heard it before. Somebody goes out there, plays the lottery, they hit millions. And then they'll be like, where are they now? And they find out the lottery player that won, they hit the millions. They're broke now. Why? Because they didn't have certain development along the way to even know how to manage $1 million or how to how to know how to say no, or we talked about it, knowing that you can't help everybody. Remember that video? They get the $1 million, try to help everybody, and they'll go broke. Knowing that the purpose over pride, that person to go out and buy this big house, boats and all that, and they don't even like boats. They just seen somebody with a boat and went and bought a boat, and then you see what I'm saying? So you're going to start seeing the videos where that's why we started putting personal development, professional development, cargo van business. So when you see that title, you're going to automatically know wired in. BG is finna teach me something about myself that he learned about himself that can possibly help me, or nugget for me, or something I can share with somebody else. Or BG finna teach me something that he picked up throughout his professional life that's gonna be needed to talk to brokers or talk to this person or to build a business strategy. Oh, this says cargo van business. That means BG finna give me something about this cargo van business that I need to know and learn to implement if I don't already know it and learn. So yes, the strategy hasn't changed. It's just already in. It's not a shift. It's just we're gonna start. I'm gonna do a better job of foot stomping and defining the things that I know that I'm using that works or doesn't work. Even if it don't work, I'm gonna tell you about it. Hey, I just told y'all about the insurance thing. It didn't work. It wouldn't work. It'll work. It just wouldn't work for me. It'll work for somebody else. Y'all, I'm not telling y'all not to get insurance. You got a loved one getting insurance. It looks very lucrative. Looks like it can make a lot of money. It just ain't work. It don't line up for me. So yeah. What's going? Look at y'all coming in the building. What's going on, Ariana? What's good, Mo? Man, I be trying to catch you, Mo, because you be in. If y'all don't know, Mo be on that on TikTok. That boy be everywhere. He helping out everybody. They help Mo Rose. If you ever see them on TikTok, they and all the cargo van comments, they helping out everybody, and I love that purpose. Stick to the strategy. Hey, Bells, tried to do a setup a one-on-one with you a couple weeks back for some reason. With the link, with the one did not go through for me. Is there another way we can communicate one-on-one, etc.? I checked the link in this because I just put it in there because I hadn't done the live in a while and I couldn't remember if I checked it or not. The link under the live tonight actually works because I checked it before we got on here because I didn't know if it worked. But if not, only other way I can think about it is drop your email in the comments right quick. And when I see it, I'll write it down right fast or something. And I'll shoot you an email. Or go on other thing I can think of. I haven't looked in a while because I don't be looking. But now that I said something, if you go on Instagram and DM me, I'll check in there after this because I don't hardly even check the DMs. But shoot a DM in Instagram on the Grand Freight page and I'll check on there. Let's see. I feel everyone's bidding strategy is different based on their starting point. I agree with that. You are totally correct. That's why I said it goes different ways for every single body. That's why those one-on-ones kind of help because I can right now I'm talking in a broad form, like when I told Cole about the picture thing, it's kind of in broad form, and in order to break it down, I have to actually talk to you because everybody, like you said, everybody's different. So that's part of the one-on-ones. Some people have hit up the one-on-ones so we can break it down all the way, but it's different for everybody. And not knowing where you're at, I'm talking in broad form. It's like a spectrum thing, kind of, if you want to say. Let's see. Well, y'all started talking fast. Let me catch up. Building beyond, starting to realize you can't live off the load board forever. So focusing more on building locally because you can make just as much money, if not more. Yes. So remember when I told y'all I don't have to leave like the Texas area? Like I can go Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana. I can stay in them areas and be just fine. Basically a 4 to 500 miles. But when I start talking those other numbers, 500 to 800 miles, I say that because remember, just like I said, most people won't leave a city or state. Most people will never go to Orlando. Most people will never go to California. Most people never go to California. There are certain regions in America that we got fam in, that they don't have that luxury. And so they have to hit the road if they want to be in this type of business. For example, if you live in Nebraska, unless you know somebody in the local area in the city that you live in Nebraska, you're not going to really get a bunch of local and all that stuff because Nebraska is just spread out and there's nothing there. It's no different than that little part from Phoenix to California on I-10. If you live in between there's no local nothing. You got to go get it. And so when I was running around, I was basically trying to understand the different locations, like how I just named that. I was doing that so when fam could talk to us and holler at us in lives and all that, I have a better understanding of this won't work for you or this will work for you. Like certain things just don't work for certain people somewhere. And some, like I said, Kentucky, like you stay in the middle of the circle like that, you can run all over the place. But some of us got to get all up in the circle. If you stay in Atlanta, you on the bottom south side of the circle. You got to get up in there if you want, because you ain't gonna just run around to Florida. So yeah, you start to realize that you can't live off the board for one, and you have to find the things that work for you. Because believe it or not, some people the board won't even work. Some people get more return on their investment by doing apps, gig apps. Some people get more return on their investment because of where they stay, that they can actually talk directly to shippers and run locally and not have to go anywhere. But someone like me in Houston, it's so many of us, it's so many shippers that trying to pinpoint. It's like throwing that needle in the haystack to find a shipper you can work with, versus if I was somewhere not necessarily smaller, but like, for example, Cincinnati, that market ain't as big. Like those smaller markets like Kansas City, you know what I'm saying? Like there's smaller markets. I can probably reach somebody faster that I can work with. It all depends on so many different factors. Hey, that's the wife right there. She played it for me. I was like, I was gonna like whatever you made anyway. But then when I heard it, I was like, that's fire. So yeah, if y'all ain't hit it, y'all gotta go back and watch them all. Let's see, where am I at? Playing catch up. Y'all was talking in this thing. Oh yeah, we need to know where the Daily Grind song came from. That's the wife, man. I'm telling y'all that the woman is amazing. Y'all all got support. That's another thing. You can't do it all. And we talk about everybody. We've talked about this in different videos, but you got to get to the point where you understand the people that are in your corner, your support system, because sometimes I use a family, and this is gonna hurt for some of y'all. I don't have this problem because I ain't got no siblings. So say you got mama and daddy, and say you come from a family, like say 5 people, you 4 siblings, 2 brothers, 2 sisters. And you say you can't do it all, you got a support system. Mom, dad, 2 brothers, 2 sisters. That doesn't mean all 6 of them are on your side and got your support. What if only 1 sister and 1 brother got your support? Does that mean I'm supposed to drive myself crazy for the other 4? No, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It doesn't mean I won't care about you. Don't mean I won't help you. But the 2, the brother and the sister that got my back, they're going to have certain information that I'm not going to think about that's going to support me. I've talked about this. You don't think I'll be playing. I don't even know what a book yet. I totally been in the book. If you ever read the book, it'll make sense. I call it a safety net. As a parent, your kids can have the best dreams in the world, and we hit them with what do you want to be when you grow up? And we stick to the stuff that is safe. Be like, you want to be this, a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, the safe stuff, the stuff we know about as parents. But what if your kid comes out and they're like, I want to be a ballerina. Just stick with me. I want to be a jazz musician. I want to be an actor or actress. And you're like, yeah, that's a rough one. That's going to be hard to make it. I don't know if you weren't a part of that conversation God had with that child. Don't kill their dreams because you don't understand them. It's about nurturing. But again, it's a safety thing. It doesn't mean that that other brother and sister don't believe in it. It doesn't mean that mom and dad don't believe in you. They just want you to be safe. They want the best for you. But that other brother and that sister that really see it in you and they believe in you. Last time I checked, somebody had to become Beyonce. That's why I named Beyonce. Somebody had to become, let's see, The Rock. That's why he's The Rock. You get what I'm saying? Like somebody had to become those big names. We talk about sports all the time, LeBron James and all that. Serena Williams. Somebody had to believe in them. Because those aren't the safe dreams. Those aren't the safe goals. And I'm pretty sure that strategy that they had to stick to get to that goal and dream wasn't the safe route. But somebody in that support system had their back. Because I'm just saying, I don't know one person, especially a mama, that say, okay, baby, I know you can be the best NASCAR driver. You're going to drive almost 200-something miles, making a bunch of turns as fast. I don't know one mama in the world that's going to say that. But somebody's supporting it. And I'm pretty sure it was a mama there, even though she was scared. A daddy that was, I'm going to be there right, tapping mama on the side. I'm going to be right by her side in case something go wrong. You got to stick to your strategy. That's why every business, as Ariana said, every business is different. Every support system is different. My wife made that song. If you would have told me to make the song and put it on there, it would have been, You see, you can barely even hear me whistle because that's how bad it would have sucked. Because I'm not the musical person. I used to be. I used to play saxophone, trombone. That gift, because a gift is something that you can sit on the shelf and over time it expire. I used to play basketball. That gift is gone. These knees say ain't no more hooping like that. We ain't high flying no more. I told y'all before, I ain't even barely jumping off the curb right now. I got to think getting out the van. Some gifts have an expiration date. So yeah, she made that song. She made that song because BG couldn't have made that song. Would I have made a song? Could have made a song. Yeah, but I doubt it would have sounded that good. Support system. That's where it all come in from. I'm telling you, fam. I'm trying to play catch up. Look at that. I knew y'all got through. Much is required. It's in the book. I'm trying to tell y'all. Slim say I don't mind talking, willing, and dealing. That's my game. Hey, that's part of that's what. If you don't want to talk, that's another thing. If you don't want to talk in this game, you ain't gonna make you. We gotta communicate. I'm gonna put you up there because I'm showing my baby love. She's talking about that song hits. I know it. I knew it. I was in there cutting the rug while I was trying to drive. I don't know how that worked, but I sure tried it. Hey, what's going on, fam? How y'all been? The train. Hey, right now I just want to everything. I hit you up. I saw everything going good. I want because hey, fam, we rock over here. I don't know if y'all know. We're gonna take a little brief silence. I want to, we're gonna pray at the end as well, but I want to take a little silence because the transporter. For your mom, hey, I know she's a strong woman. Your mom is amazing. Y'all ain't seen the videos. You got to go watch that. I told y'all to go talk to See Transport on TikTok, but mom's amazing, man. We praying for moms. We want moms to pull on through, come on back 100% healthy. We know she got it. Know she doing better. We already, we just waiting on God to let her finish resting. She just relaxing. She been going too hard for too long. So yeah, fam, we praying for you. We can't wait for her to get back. I'm waiting on that video or whatever. Hit me up, call me, whatever you need to talk, but I'm ready for you to tell me when mom back out there riding in that van with you getting it in. So see that right there? I like that right there. See Cole and Ariana, y'all in the same place. Now I don't know how y'all do that. Link up, holler at each other. Holler at each other. I can't with you. I'm not messing with you. I'm not messing with you. Oh, so look at that. I'm trying to play catch up. Ariana and Cole already. Yeah, that's what fans supposed to do. We supposed to do that. Let's see. Steady grinding. We did a furniture delivery local that made us $4.75 and only about an hour driving from furniture store to customer then home. The trade-off more hands-on. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's knowing you when you start to understand your market. Like I'll give you one. If y'all notice, I've been shouting out the brokers I'm working that I got the load from in the video. It's a new broker in town in Texas. I can't remember. Listo Services. I think it's Listo Services. I have to check. You'll know because I'll holler them at the next time. They starting to pay real well out here. Them lows that normally was going for them 250, 300, they starting to get up to the foes. It's something shifting, and I've been running around, but when I figure out what it is, I'll let y'all know. Yep. She say I'm glad y'all like. She say thank you, basically. Done insulated my van support system. Done is the wife. That man, tell Done how much it costs. Do I need to drive up there? I come up there. I'll find a load to get me up there. My husband has a load set to Michigan tomorrow. That's what I'm talking about. I love it when I see y'all get this money. I knew that song was a little too perfect. Stop it. We know it is. I ain't even gonna take nothing for it because she be killing it. Let's see. Miss Get Well. Don't worry, you ain't gotta miss nothing. You ain't miss nothing, fam. You know you always on time. They talking to you, Transporter. Get well, Mom Dukes. What's going on, Alex? What's going on, fam? What's going on? Everybody, I'm putting them up there. Transporter, let mama see it. Let mama know we praying for her. Sending out them blessings. And we sending prayers up to moms. I want everybody to know. Transporter, let her know. Let her know. What? Hey, don't say it like we almost hit 4K this week. Say it the other way around because people don't even get what you're talking about. Don't say, because believe it or not, the average people in the average salary or the average, I guess you could say, average salary in America, It's roughly, you know, around 40 some thousand, 42,000. It just kind of went up. I just checked recently. It went up to 42,000. So 42,000 almost equates to like 3,800 a week. I mean, a month, 3,800 a month. So you said almost hit 4K because words mean something to me. So I want y'all to, some things, I'm sorry. I want y'all to do y'all thing. Some things I want y'all mind to shift like me. Don't say you almost hit 4K this week. Tell them that you went over 3 bands this week and you make what people make in a month, in a week. And we're going to keep pushing for that because, hey, I'm all about being humble, but sometimes you got to stand on business when you out there getting it. And I want you to stand on that. You basically made what people make in a month. Stand on it. Don't be shy about it. That's how people, hey, you when you down and out and you having, and this ain't towards you, Rick, I'm just saying it out. When you down and out and things going down and you hit them knees, you like, God, please help me. Please help, support me, save me, do this. You praying hard. You talking loud. You saying it with your chest. When God shows you them wins and lets you hit it, don't say, thank you, Jesus, I appreciate it. Nah, put that chest back out and scream. It's something that, where did I get it from? Where did I get it from? I got it from my boy Russ. Every day I'm wrestling. And he taught me something. Everybody out there looking for loads, and every time he gets a load, he yells out, thank you, Jesus. Because we praying when we want it. And then when we get it, be like, yes, I got a load. And then you go out there and make the money. Then when you ain't got it again, you be like, Jesus, give me a load. I need to get up out of here. Then you get the load and you take off again. No, when I get that load, thank you, Jesus. We got another one and we moving. Nah, man, I say I keep my chest out at all times. I keep my chest out at all times. Thanks for the free game. Hey, I got you, fam. You know I got you. I'm trying to place up. What's this say? Y'all must have some young bones. 100-pound rug almost took Mr. Quick out. Come on, E, don't do that. Oh, man, I ain't lying. It would have took me out, too. Been huffing and puffing. See, I just want you to know, it wouldn't have got it would have got me and Nelson. 100-pound rug. Man, I got to go do some more push-ups. I ain't been doing enough. See, right, us too. Man, Trey, I'm glad you're gonna make a video when she get out again. Thanks for the prayers, fam. That's what we're here for, man. That's what we're here for. It's all love, fam. It's all love. And we've been getting it in tonight. I want y'all to stick to the strategy. I was about to let that slide. The first double up partial, let me say. That's where it's at. Y'all thought, so y'all see when I show you the numbers. But when I be in them videos, oh, read that Texas double up. Y'all got to come up with y'all own name for y'all. Now, if you're from Texas, you can borrow it. But that Texas double up, ooh, man, it's nice. Those of you that don't know the double up is because, you know, our vans can hold a lot of stuff, but it's very, very rare and it's hard to come by when you're getting them loads going far enough away that you get to throw something else in the back with it. Because, you know, timing. Some of the times we go in places that ain't main cities, but if you can get that double up inside of there, ooh, that money just hit different because you was already going that way, but y'all already know that. But nah, I ain't gonna dive no more. We're gonna shut it down right there, man. Y'all get what I'm saying. Stick to the strategy. You kind of see where we're going. So that means what we're gonna build up this week. It's gonna be what we talk about in the live next week. Because again, it's already mapped out. I just ain't told y'all about it yet, but we finna go get it, man. So yeah. Before we get out of here, you already know what it is. It's time to go ahead and do our shut it down prayer to get ready for this week. So, hey, you know what I want you to do? Go ahead and bow your head and close your eyes. Lord God, we haven't connected with each other in a couple weeks, but we thank you for bringing us all back together again. We may not know everybody in this family physically, but we know each other mentally. We talk enough, and we're glad to see that you brought us all back together safe, that we can reconvene again and share thoughts of the mind, share experiences, and share hardship. And as always, share the triumphs, humbleness, and all the great things that you've done for all of us, that we can say it with our chest how much we appreciate you. We ask that you continue to watch over us as we all get ready to head out this week and to do amazing things. Keep us safe while we're on that road so we can return home to our loved ones. And also help us stick to the strategy, the plan that you gave us. Help us so that we don't deter from it and let our pride get in the way. And we also want to take a brief moment to say a special prayer for the mother of the transporter. We ask that you continue to provide her with the strength she needs to bounce back, get on her feet, and put her back in that van and get us back to laughing again. Because her purpose for her that you are giving to us with the gifts she's provided is not done with us yet, Lord. We're ready for you to allow her to make us laugh again, keep us humble, give us her knowledge, and just keep us all together as one. I ask these and many more blessings in your darling son, Jesus' name. Amen. And just like that, fam, it's done. We finito. And that's the end of this live. Now, y'all gonna get another video because I already know I didn't finish the video from the last load. A lot of things came up in that video. Whew. And so I didn't finish it. So we're gonna finish that video tomorrow. So I know it ain't gonna be to the next live. It's gonna definitely be in the next video because the video coming tomorrow. I gotta just finish it tomorrow. But until then, hey fam, I see y'all. Some of y'all already got the loads. Go get your loads. Stay safe. If you go on your Friday, drop off Monday, drop off and keep it pushing. If you pick up Monday and keep it pushing. I don't know what your boy BG got. I'm going to just follow the stratty and let him guide me where he guide me. And we're going to pick up when we pick up. But all I need you to know is I want you to keep getting it. Everybody stay safe out there. Everybody do what I want you to do as always. Until the next video, y'all stay blessed.